You know how you start watching like Ellen DeGeneres videos and you can't stop? I did that, but with random X Factor videos, and sometimes I'll watch like all the really awful ones where people just really shouldn't audition in the first place, and I feel bad, but it's one of those schadenfreude things. If you don't know what that means, it means being happy because other people are having a bad day. It's like when you watch funniest home videos, because usually it's people being dumb and like funny things happen because they did something they shouldn't have done. That's why I watch bad auditions for American Idol and X Factor and those kinds of shows. But then sometimes, like today, I watch the good kind, the ones where somebody sounds really good and it's unexpected, and then I watch their entire journey through whatever show. So today I watched this girl named Ryan. She was on the show last year, I guess. She's 13 and sounds like a grown-up, and she's very country and actually like really good. So I watched her entire journey. That's what I just did for the last hour. And I know some people don't like this, but I really like the judges. It's like I don't want to just listen to the person sing. I want to listen to the person sing and then hear what the judges have to say about it. Because I feel like they hear things differently when they're in the room as opposed to on YouTube. Like the audio, I feel like sounds different because sometimes I'm listening to it and I'm like, this is awful. And the judge is like, that was amazing! And it's always interesting to see what they have to say about stuff, I guess. So yeah, that's what I do when I'm bored. I sit and watch hours and hours of people auditioning and or performing on things like X Factor and American Idol. Do you ever do things like that? Or do you like binge watch Ellen DeGeneres or like Jimmy Fallon ever? Because I do that too. It's a problem I have.
So Tim is making a grave mistake, which Tim isn't, suggesting that the Hobbit trilogy of films is better than the Lord of the Rings films.
And the third one hasn't even come out yet.
Which means you're just wrong about a great many things. You said that the Hobbit was better than Lord of the Rings.
I said the first two are better than...
No.
Yeah. The third one hasn't even come out yet. It could be...
Yeah, so it's probably going to be really good.
Yeah, it's going to be
But like, An Unexpected Journey
was awesome.
Is quite good.
Okay, that's not what you were saying 2 minutes ago.
It's quite a good film. But Lord of the Rings are really, really... You don't think the Lord of the Rings movies are really, really, really good?
Oh no, I think they're much better than The Hobbit.
Yeah, see? And everyone agrees.
Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion, so...
Right, yeah, but no, everyone agrees, like, except you.
Yeah, it's like the entire world and then you, so it's...
Free thinker. That's what I am. I'm a free thinker.
Good.
I don't conform, so...
Wow, good. I'm proud of you.
Be hilarious.
Okay, Corrado, you know that scene in An Unexpected Journey?
That's the Hobbit movie, right? The first one?
That's the first. Good, good man!
Yay!
That's not what he said before we turned on the camera.
You said Fellowship of the Ring.
I said, you know Fellowship of the Rings, and he's like, oh, is that the third one? And we all laughed a bunch. So in...
It sounds like it would be the third one.
No, it doesn't.
It's the first one, I know that now.
Okay, but in An Unexpected Journey, you know the scene with Gollum?
Yes.
And Bilbo?
Yes.
And the riddles?
Yes.
What did you think of that scene?
From a person who has never read the books?
Yeah, what'd you think? What'd you think? What did you think of that scene? Did you like that scene?
It was weird, but the movie's a little weird, so...
You can't have 15 minutes straight of riddles. You
totally can
do that.
I didn't find it a negative. Like, I didn't think it detracted from the film.
Yeah.
That's good.
I feel like I'm partly biased because, like, I really liked that book as a kid, and so I was really looking forward to the riddle scene.
And that's a beloved book by many over the past 70 years.
Yeah.
But I'm saying on film, 15 minutes of riddles back and forth doesn't really do it for me.
Oh yeah, no, it's really good.
Put an action sequence in between. Show what's going on with the dwarf while they're captured.
Pretty good.
No.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I feel like with this, there are some movies that I almost don't see as movies. In terms...
Name one.
Hobbit. In terms... like the thing we're talking about. In terms of the pacing of the film. Like, a lot of movies need to stand alone as movies, have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Have a rising actions, falling actions, and wrap up in, like, a feature length. And if it was too much shorter or too much longer, it's gonna be weird. But then I think because of how we've been binge watching television the past like 10 years, like I just see The Hobbit as like, I'm totally, The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, I'm down with just being like 10, 15, 20, 30 hours. I don't care how long it is. So when people are like, oh, they're so long, I'm like, no, it can be a 70-hour, 5-season miniseries. I'm just gonna watch it in chunks and stop watching.
Isn't that just basically Sherlock?
Yeah, or anything. It doesn't matter. I'm fine with there being lots of content.
See, but you've also watched Lost like more than once.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What I do with the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition, because they're like split into 2 parts, I'll just watch the first part of each one as like a movie. Right. You know? So then it's like 2 hours there, then it's a 2-hour chunk, that's a movie, and then I'll watch the other 2 hours later, like the next day or something.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just I'm fine with content being that long now. Like Game of Thrones, how many hours is
10. I actually talked about that today.
Yeah,
well, it's like 55 minutes an episode. So it's like 10 episodes a season. That's like almost 10 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're not doing the math to simplify that. It's gonna be like,
I prefer simple math.
But we're looking at many dozens of hours to watch Game of Thrones. And it's like, oh, that's too long. It's not. And I don't mind if The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or Star Wars or
Transformers.
Or
Transformers was cool.
Not anymore.
Ooh.
The first one was alright, but it also came out when I was a teenager, and I was a teenager.
Shia LaBeouf.
No, yeah, he's a problem now. I just watched iRobot the other day, and I was just like, oh,
he's in iRobot?
Yeah, he's like the annoying punk kid.
I don't even remember.
I
just picture
and he
Will
swears
Smith running around being awesome for like an hour and a half.
It's actually like 2 hours.
It can be any length. The length of the content doesn't matter.
As long as there's content for the length.
Yeah.
He's like, quit your cuss and go home.
He swears a lot, and it's really awkward.
Yeah,
He's also like
not
Indiana
like real
Jones'
swearing.
son,
It's just like,
which is dumb. Don't do that.
Great way to end the conversation.
Hello.
I was trying to like capture that argument, but it didn't really work.
No, it's too late. Corrado ruined everything. He's pressing way too many buttons, and he's wearing white pants.
It was great. Corrado was like, no, we can't go to Tim Hortons because you're gonna crash the car. And Corey was like, I'm not gonna crash the car. And then he was like, okay, but we have to come right back.
I didn't crash
because I'm gonna put this chicken in the oven.
It's not that Corey would crash
I didn't crash the car.
There's like something known as fate and just the...
Don't
what do you call
touch it.
Everything happens for a reason.
No, there's that Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Where if it's supposed to go wrong, it's gonna go wrong. And so I was supposed to bring the car back today, but that was finished in time.
If that was the truth, our lives would be way worse. Because a lot of things have gone right in our lives.
But a lot of things have gone wrong.
But way more right than wrong. We're alive. We're still here.
It's just the right things are just bigger and kind of like encompassing.
Yeah, way more right. Our lives are amazing. We live in Canada.
Yeah, and so
we were born in the right generation.
I don't want to push the envelope.
We get to make YouTube videos for a living. There are thousands of people who know our names.
So I'll solve
our
the problem.
checks come from Google. We throw a party once a year that all of our friends come to, and other companies pay for it.
But you might crash on the way to Tim Hortons.
Someone might crash into you on the way to...
That wouldn't be my fault.
No, but if it doesn't work because it's really messy. Because it's a rental car on insurance.
I think we're gonna go anyway. I think your opinion doesn't matter.
Let's go!
Give me daily vlogs. I want them in my subscription box. I wonder who might drop by, even though sometimes it's Canada outside. So don't go away, we're here every day. It's not ApprenticeEh, it's ApprenticeEh. Hey, hey.